fairly and qualified.
Question number 8, Phil Twyford.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is for the Minister of Housing. Does he stand by all his statements in relation to Auckland's metropolitan urban limits?
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Yes, because the metropolitan urban limit, adopted by the former Auckland Regional Council and endorsed by the previous government, was a policy failure and has contributed very negatively to housing affordability in Auckland.
Supplementary question, Phil Twyford.
Will the Cabinet now reconsider its decision to delay Auckland's unitary plan having effect until 2016, given his statement that he's not prepared to wait until 2016, and if not, why not?
Honourable Dr Nick
Mr Speaker, I do think it's very important that we increase land availability in Auckland prior to the unitary plan process completing. But anybody that understands the Resource Management Act would also understand that simply making the draft plan take effect does not necessarily bring that land into supply. If the member wants to pursue that issue, he should pursue it with the Minister for the Environment.
Supplementary question, Honourable John Banks.
What reports has the Minister seen on the claim by Auckland Mayor Len Brown on Television New Zealand's Breakfast on 30th of October 2012, quote, "In Auckland we have 18,000 sections available right now if we were to build"?
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, I would note the statement yesterday by Mayor Len Brown that the actual number of sections ready to build on is around 2,000. I met with Mayor Len Brown last month and said that it was important for the government and the council to have reliable information about the number of sections. Officials from the council and government have worked very effectively. Tomorrow I'll be releasing a substantive report that answers the details of the land supply challenges that we have in Auckland.
Supplementary question, Phil Twyford.
What is the government's policy then? Is it Amy Adams' refusal to allow the Auckland plan to take effect later this year, thus freeing up Greenfield's land? Or is it his threat to override the Auckland plan to bring it in this year? And why doesn't the government just get its act together?
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Neither, because the point that I made to the member is that the position that's been taken by my colleague Amy Adams, that it's not necessarily an instant fix to simply bring the unitary plan into effect. And let me explain to the member directly why. Let me just explain, because I don't think the member that's interjecting understands. Even if the Auckland plan, the proposed plan, had effect on September, it would not mean that new residential subdivisions would be dealt with on a non-advertised basis, non-publicly notified basis. That would still not occur in 2016-17, and if we've only got 2,000 sections available, I'm not sure that's soon enough.
Supplementary question, Tim McIndoe.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. What reports has the Minister received on the price of sections and the supply of sections over the past decade?
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, I'm advised by housing officials that the average section price in Auckland has gone from $100,000 in 2002 to $325,000 today. I'm further advised on supply, based on the district valuation rolls, that in every single year in the last 10 years, there's been a drop in the number of vacant sections, such that there is only half the number of sections in Auckland today as there was a decade ago.
Supplementary question, Phil Twyford.
On what basis did he make the threat to legislate to free up Greenfield's land in an uncontrolled way by overriding Auckland Council's unitary plan, which frees up Greenfield's land 6 times the size of Nelson in a controlled and measured way?
Honourable Dr Nick
Mr
Smith.
Speaker, that simply is incorrect. And what I would say? Well, I'd say to the member opposite The previous Labor government endorsed the Auckland Regional Council's metropolitan urban limit that has made houses way beyond the dream of ordinary New Zealanders, and that is why this government is working with the Auckland Council to make houses more affordable for Aucklanders.
Supplementary question, Phil Twyford.
Why did the government bother establishing the super city when it seems determined to go to war with Auckland on issues like housing and public transport? And when will the MP for Nelson stop arrogantly trying to run Auckland from his office in Wellington?
Speaker. Mr.
Honourable
Speaker,
Dr Nick Smith.
when you're the housing minister, you actually have to take a very strong interest on housing affordability issues in Auckland. And if we adopt the approach the member's taking, is he saying that members who are ministers can take no interest outside the electorate? That is a ridiculous notion. I have a very strong interest in working with the people of Auckland and delivering something that Labor never delivered, and that's affordable housing for the people of Auckland.
Question number 9, Jamie Lee Ross.
Speaker.